Reliance on Experts. The day I said goodbye to my dad for the last time, I learned a powerful lesson. He'd been ill for 15 years with an autoimmune condition called lupus, and taking care of him had become a huge part of my life. There were many occasions during his illness when I would wake up at 5 a.m., drive around to his house, get him out of bed, help him dress, shave him, and give him breakfast. I'd then dash back home briefly before shooting off to my GP surgery. I'd use my lunch hour to go back and check in on him again, and after 4 or 5 hours of seeing patients, I'd go to see him for a final time. And when he was at Manchester Royal Infirmary, I'd drive all the way into the city to visit him 2 or 3 times a day. Now, if my dad ever needed anything at all, giving it to him became the most important thing in my life. I put his care above everything else. My wife, my work, my health. I absolutely believed that the job of managing his needs was all on me. The crazy thing is that this was a purely self-generated idea. My mum and my brother didn't think that caring for Dad fell entirely on my shoulders. But for some reason, looking after him became a massive part of my identity. When I failed, my failure became a reflection of who I was. And one day, his consultant surprised me by saying, "We've never seen anyone do so much for one person before." When Dad died in 2013, I was devastated. It was the first time I'd ever had to deal with the death of someone really close to me, and I honestly struggled to cope. For a long time, including during Dad's illness, I'd been battling serious back pain. I'd spent thousands of pounds on various specialists, most of whom weren't able to help me all that much. Now, I eventually found an expert in human movement and anatomy called Gary Ward, who helped me improve things significantly. But the discomfort never completely lifted. Yes, I could get back to doing many of the things I'd previously had to give up, like playing squash, and I was able to sit pain-free for long car journeys. But I was often aware of a lingering tightness in the right part of my lower back. Now, I'd known for years that emotions could manifest as physical symptoms, but I never fully grasped the concept until the day of Dad's funeral. I dressed up in my best suit for the beautiful ceremony that was held at Manchester Crematorium, and I played a song called "Tell Me Why" that I'd written for him a few years back after he dropped me off at university. Towards the end of the funeral, just before the actual cremation took place, I did everything I could to keep myself together. Then, the black curtains opened, and I glimpsed the furnace. As the coffin moved towards the fire, Dad's death suddenly became real.